Good morning, everyone, fellow speakers, and good morning to our audience joining us online from around the world to the first Women in Data Science Forum in حائل. First, I would like to thank each of our speakers for taking part in this event. I hope you are looking forward to the discussions as much as I am. Data science is the process of extracting and turning raw and unstructured data into structured and filtered data by using scientific methods and mathematical algorithms. Data science has evolved in many sectors, such as health sector, business sector, industrial sector, and even in strategic planning and the urban planning trend of smart city development. The use of data science and artificial intelligence can help these sectors achieve their goals and also trigger automation and efficiency in processes that require more workforce and man hours. Before we start our sessions, I would like to share with you an opening video for women in data science.
Hello, my name is Flora Huang, and I'm from Philadelphia, USA.
Hello, we are Women in Data Science.
I became a WIDS ambassador because I dream of an equitable world where empowered women help humanity make better decisions through data science.
As a woman, I'm hoping more Peruvian women will be motivated to join this exciting field.
The WIDS community has really enhanced my sense of purpose in these life goals, and it has really built my confidence in such a meaningful way to be able to mentor, motivate, and support others.
The most rewarding and impactful aspect about my work as a clinical data scientist is to use the data generated by doctors, nurses, and the healthcare system to improve the care of future patients.
I'm delighted to bring this event to Pakistan, along with so many WIDS ambassadors worldwide, so that we can inspire all young girls or women to take up career in data science.
The use of data science to address climate change and sustainability issues continues to inspire me in my data science journey.
Through WIDS Alexandria, I've got the chance to meet with brilliant female professors, learn about the research, and bring that to my community as well.
I'm a WIDS ambassador because I wanted to inspire more young girls like me to join the field of data science, and I believe that in the future there must be more women in this field.
I'm really excited to continue bringing WIDS events to my school and schools across Australia to empower girls to get involved in the field.
It's great that we've got Women in Data Science events and know that there's so many more inspiring stories as part of the Women in Data Science journey.
Hi, I'm Carolyn Bertozzi, and I am a chemist who works in the area of drug discovery. I've had many opportunities in my life to collaborate with data scientists. They've been absolutely central to the work that we do. We couldn't have made the discoveries that we've made without having people to analyze very large data sets and to help us find hidden trends within them. Now, when I was growing up, I was somewhat insulated from the idea that women or girls couldn't be scientists because I came from a family of scientists. And when I was in college, I learned that not everyone had that privilege. I hope that all of you women data scientists or aspiring data scientists will truly feel that you belong in the field, because I believe it, and your participation is absolutely essential for us to bring the full benefits of data science to solve the big problems in humanity. So just as I was so fortunate to have a family that created an environment where I could believe in myself as a scientist, I'm hoping that you all have the confidence to pursue your dreams and that you help the generation that follows you in the same way that hopefully someone of my generation can be of help to you. Good luck with all of your work.
It is now my very great pleasure and honor to introduce our first speaker, Dr. Asila Dawood. She is an emerging energy repository director in the Ministry of Energy and CEO and founder of Bayan Data. She will talk to us about preparing women to be AI leaders.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. يعطيكم العافية جميعا. I want to be first thankful for Dr. Abir and the team here in University of Hail to bring us the opportunity to be part of this great event. Really appreciating all of the efforts that are happening. This is the first time this event is happening here in Hail, and looking forward for this event to happen in further years. طبعا صراحة أفضل أتكلم باللغة العربية مع أن البرزنتيشن بالإنجليزي، بس ممكن أننا نطبق بالعربي. شكرا لكم على الدعوة الكريمة اللي وصلتني من جامعة حائل. سعيد جدا بتواجدي معكم اليوم وبتواجدنا جميعا للحديث عن إنجازات المرأة في مجال علم البيانات والذكاء الاصطناعي. نطمح دائما في الملتقيات اللي مثل هذه أن نسلط الضوء على كيف ممكن مع بعض نقدر نساعد المرأة السعودية حول المملكة في أنها تكون رائدة في مجالات التقنيات الناشئة، ومنها مجالات علم البيانات والذكاء الاصطناعي. فنطمح إن شاء الله أن نشوف عدد أكبر السنوات القادمة كمشاركين من مدن مختلفة. طبعا هذه السنة من السنوات اللي قدرنا أن نحصر مشاركات من جميع المناطق الإدارية حول المملكة، ودائما نسعى أننا نشوف أعداد أكبر وأكبر تنضم لنا في مثل هذه الملتقيات، سواء كمشاركين في لقاءات، كورش عمل، كملتقيات وغيرها. طبعا اليوم حديث اليوم إن شاء الله بشكل مختصر راح يكون عن دعم المرأة في مجال الذكاء الاصطناعي وكيف أنها ممكن تكون قيادية في هذا المجال. معكم أسيل داود، أعمل في وزارة الطاقة حالياً كمدير إدارة مرصد التقنيات الناشئة، وأيضاً كمؤسس لشركة بيان مختصة في مجال علم البيانات والذكاء الاصطناعي. طبعاً نبدأ نتكلم عن دور المرأة في مجال الذكاء الاصطناعي وعلم البيانات في المملكة العربية السعودية وحول العالم. ليش هذا الدور مهم؟ ليش أنا أحتاج أن يكون عندي قياديات في مجال علم البيانات والذكاء الاصطناعي وليس فقط نساء تقنيات؟ أنا أحتاج يكون عندي قياديات في هذا المجال. إيش هذه الأسباب؟ كيف ممكن أوصل لها؟ وليش أحتاج يكون عندي هذا العدد؟ لو بس ناخذ نظرة عامة على وضع مجال التقنيات الناشئة في الوضع الحالي مقارنة بالسنوات الماضية. لو نشوف السنوات الماضية كيف تطور مجال التقنيات الناشئة وليس فقط مجال الذكاء الاصطناعي بشكل بحد ذاته، لأن الفترة الماضية بس السنة الماضية لحالها احنا كنا نرى مجال الذكاء الاصطناعي مجال جدا واعد، خصوصا لما ظهر شات جي بي تي. الناس بدت الثقافة حتى توصل للأشخاص اللي غير مختصين في المجالات التقنية. أصبحنا نرى أعداد أكبر تهتم بهذا المجال وتبحث كيف إنها ممكن تتخصص فيه وكيف ممكن تسأل عنه أكثر. ففي مجال emerging technologies أو التقنيات الناشئة حصل growth أو توسع كبير جدا في تطور هذه المجالات. لو قارنا سنة 2018 بسنة 2023 نرى تطور بمقدار 104% بعدد التقنيات الناشئة، ليس فقط في العدد ولكن في الادابتيشن، في اقتناص أو استقطاب هذه التقنيات سواء في الشركات والجهات الحكومية والقطاع الخاص وغيرها، حتى في الجامعات وحتى في تطور الدرجات العلمية اللي متواجدة في الجامعات لدعم مثل هذه المجالات. فالتطور هذا أسبابه كثيرة، أو تواجده بسبب يعني أحداث كثيرة، منها أولاً تطور الأبحاث في هذا المجال، وأيضاً تطور الهاردوير أو تطور التقنيات اللي ممكن نقول تدعم هذا المجال. مثلاً قطاع الذكاء الاصطناعي متواجد من الخمسينات، لكن لماذا الآن صار فيه ممكن نقول ارتفاع كبير في دعم مثل هذه التقنيات؟ بسبب تواجد تقنيات الهاردوير اللي هي الكمبيوتيشنال باور، قدرة الحوسبة أصبحت أقوى بكثير من سابقتها. الشيء الثاني، عندنا كمية بيانات كبيرة مقارنة بالسنوات الماضية. عدد البيانات اللي احنا نصدرها يوميا طيب لما نرى ممكن نقول التحديات اللي تواجه المرأة في سوق التقنيات، نجد أن أحد أهم النقاط اللي هو عدم تواجد رول موديل أو سيدات متمكنات في المجال، بحيث أن يتطلعون لها ممكن نقول الشباب النشأ الأصغر عمراً، بحيث أنه ممكن أنهم يسعون أنهم يكونون جزء من هذا المجتمع. أيضاً إحدى التحديات اللي ممكن تكون موجودة أن عمل المرأة في مجال الذكاء الاصطناعي ليس متحيز على أنها تكون عندها ممكن نقول باك جراوند أو مجالها التقني يكون في مجال علوم الحاسب أو في مجال التقنيات. الكثير من النساء الناجحات في مجالات الذكاء الاصطناعي حول العالم غالباً خلفياتهم خلفيات أدبية، تخصصاتهم لغات إنجليزية أو تاريخ أو وهكذا. ودائماً أنا أدعو السيدات والبنات المهتمات في هذا المجال، حتى لو متخرجات من تخصصات أدبية، خريجات تخصصات أدبية أو علمية غير تقنية، بدعوتهم إلى الاطلاع على هذا المجال، لأن ترابط مجال الذكاء الاصطناعي مع المجالات المختلفة دائما يسهم أو يساهم في تمكين المرأة في هذا المجال، وأيضا في مساعدتها على أنها تطور من قدراتها التقنية، ويتم دمج هذه القدرات التقنية مع المعرفة العلمية السابقة في المجالات المختلفة. فهذا يساعد أصلا على تميز المرأة في مجالاتها المختلفة، ويساعد على تطورها وخدمتها لقطاعها ومجالها بشكل أكبر بسبب معرفتها العلمية السابقة في مجالها وتخصصها المتخصصة فيه. طيب، ما هو مستقبل المرأة في مجال AI، وكيف ممكن أو في مجال الذكاء الاصطناعي، وكيف إحنا ممكن نوصل لهذا الممكنات؟ كيف أنا كامرأة أو كسيدة متخصصة أو غير متخصصة في مجال التقنيات وعندي الرغبة في إني أكون قائدة أو ليدر في هذا المجال، إحدى أهم النقاط اللي ممكن إن بعض النصائح اللي ممكن نقدمها للسيدات إن دائما ابحثي عن النيش، عن مجال ممكن إنك تتخصصين فيه بشكل أكبر من التخصصات العامة. زي ما ذكرت، إحدى الزميلات كان تخصصها لغة عربية، متخرجة من بكالوريوس لغة عربية، وكان عندها الرغبة الكبيرة جدا في أنها تدخل في مجال الذكاء الاصطناعي وتتخصص فيه. فذكرت لها خبرتك السابقة في المجال لا تعني عدم قدرتك الإكمال في هذا المجال، تقدرين تاخذين بعض الكورسات، بعض المواد الدراسية سواء عن طريق الأونلاين أو بعض الكورسات الحضورية أو ممكنات من الوزارات والحكومات اللي الآن كثير منها يقام بشكل مجاني. ومن خلال هذا الدمج بين خبرتكم العملية والعلمية في مجال اللغة العربية وبعدها دمجها مع تقنيات الذكاء الاصطناعي، تقدرين تكونين متخصصة في مجال معالجة اللغة العربية. وهذا مجال يعتبر الآن في احتياج جدا كبير، في نقص كبير، إن كيف ممكن أستخدم تقنيات الذكاء الاصطناعي لجميع حلول اللغة العربية. ومنها أيضا التحديات اللي ممكن نواجهها في مثلا تحليل الكتب، تحليل الروايات، تحليل القصص، حتى في تفريغ الأحاديث وغيرها من التخصصات. إحدى السيدات نفس الشيء تخصصها عقيدة، أتذكر نفس الشيء، لما تخصصين في الذكاء الاصطناعي كيف ممكن أنا أستخدمه في مجالي وأدعم مجالي بشكل أفضل، فأكون أنا متميزة في هذا المجال وعندي القدرة الكبيرة في إني أدعمه. فديس إز نيتش أنا ممكن إني أكون مختصة فيه. دائما اللي هي take opportunities، أخذ الفرص اللي متواجدة في السوق. السوق دائما يدعم مثل هذه الممكنات، خصوصا في مجال الذكاء الاصطناعي. احنا شفنا الفترة الماضية عدد المسابقات والهاكاثونات والدعم المادي والدعم العلمي والدعم المعرفي ودعم إنشاء شركات. كل هذه الفرص دائما ندعو السيدات في هذا المجال والبنات أيضا والنشء في طالبات الجامعات في جميع أنحاء المملكة للمشاركة بمثل هذه الفرص المتواجدة، اللي ممكن احنا ما ندري بعد بعد السنوات القادمة هل هي راح تتكرر ولا راح يتشبع السوق وراح يبرزون الناس القياديين في هذا المجال، ونسعى أن نكون عدد كبير منهم يكونون من السيدات. دائما في ملاحظة للبنات اللي عدم رغبتهم في السؤال. إذا الشخص ما كان عنده القدرة على أنه يسأل ويبحث عن المعلومة فما راح تجي المعلومة على بسهولة وبطريقة سهلة. فدائما البحث عن المعلومة، البحث عن طرق التواصل مع الجهات، طرق التواصل مع ممكن نقول قياديات في هذا المجال أو السيدات المتمكنات في هذا المجال. يعني هذا الملتقى بحد ذاته أنا أشوفه إحدى الأماكن اللي ممكن، إحدى الفرص اللي ممكن الواحد يشترك فيها، يساعد يتواصل مع سيدات متمكنات وقياديات وعندهم الخبرة العملية في المجال، بحيث أن الواحد يبحث، يسأل، يبحث عن طرق التواصل وهكذا، بحيث أنه يقدر يوصل للمستهدفات اللي ممكن أنه يحتاج أنه يوصل لها. دائما وهذه ممكن تركيز على الأشخاص اللي عندهم الرغبة في الدراسات العليا. إذا الشخص ما عنده الرغبة في إكمال الدراسات العليا، هذا التساؤل دائما يوصلني الصراحة، هل في احتياج إني أكمل أو لا؟ أنا عندي الرغبة أو ممكن ما عندي الرغبة، لكن السوق ممكن هل يحتاج هذا الموضوع أو لا؟ هذا التساؤل دائما يوصلني من كثير بنات على الرغبة في إكمال الدراسات العليا، لكن ما يدرون هل السوق يحتاج أن يكون عندي دراسات عليا أو لا، سواء كانت ماجستير أو دكتوراه. دائما الشخص يبحث في الدراسات العليا ليس فقط عن المعرفة، لكن عن رغبته في الحصول على الاستزادة من هذه المعرفة. الآن صار الوصول للمعلومة شكل جدا سريع، شكل جدا سهل، فهل وصولها عن طريق الدرجات العليا أو الدراسات العليا ممكن يساعدني في الوصول للمعلومة بنفس الطريقة أني أوصلها من خلال مثلا الكورسات البسيطة أو الدرجات العلمية اللي ممكن يسمونها مايكرو ماسترز مثلا، اللي أقدر أخذها في وقت جدا قصير وبوقتها. فهذا دائما يعتمد على رغبة الشخص. أنا دائما ما أحب أربطها بسوق العمل. سوق العمل متغير ومختلف. ما دام الشخص قادر إنه يطور نفسه في مجال التقنيات ويستعد إنه يكون جزء ويختار نيش تخصص مبتكر ومتخصص في مجال معين ويغتنم الفرص، وبذلك إنه سواء ممكن نقول درجة علمية أو بدونها، فإنه يستطيع الوصول إلى أن يكون متميز في مجاله، ويقدر إنه في المستقبل بإذن الله يكون في وصول للأهداف اللي كلنا بإذن الله نطمح لها. طيب، أخيراً كيف إحنا ممكن أيضاً جميعاً، وليس إحنا تكلمنا بشكل فردي لا سابقاً، أنه أنا كفرد، أنا كامرأة وسيدة في المجال أو كناشئة في المجال، كيف أقدر أطور من نفسي؟ كيف ممكن أكون جزء من مجتمع تقني مستقبلي داعم للرؤية، داعم لمستهدفات المملكة وداعم لمستهدفات الجامعات؟ كيف إحنا كمجتمع مثل هذا المجتمع اللي إحنا الآن متواجدين فيه، كيف إحنا ممكن نصنع مستقبل المرأة كقيادية ممكن أنها تكون موجودة فيه في مجال التقنيات الناشئة، وخصوصا مجال الذكاء الاصطناعي؟ إحدى أهمها اللي هي منتورنج. الصراحة زي ما ذكرنا، بسبب عدم تواجد رول موديلز أو عدم تواجد أعداد كبيرة من السيدات المختصات في هذا المجال، نحتاج أن يكون عندنا منتورنج أو جلسات إرشادية مع الأصغر سنا. فإحنا في المجتمع ما شاء الله عندنا هنا في الجامعة ما شاء الله دكتورات متميزات في المجال وعندهم قدرات مرة كبيرة في خبرة عملية وخبرة علمية. يعني يكفي أن الملتقى وتواجد اليوم كان جدا داعم فقط تسليط الضوء على إنجازات الجامعة وإنجازات المجتمع والمجتمع، إنجازات السيدات في حائل يعني بالذات. فنحتاج أن احنا نبني برامج إرشادية تساعد الفتيات اللي حابين إنهم يتخصصون أو كيف ممكن حتى لو في التخصصات المختلفة زي ما ذكرنا مجال الذكاء الاصطناعي والتقنيات الناشئة غير مختص بكلية أو تخصص معين، أنا أقدر أدعم كل الفتيات اللي في المدينة بحيث أنهم ممكن يكونوا متخصصات في التقنيات والذكاء الاصطناعي، وندعمهم عن طريق إرشادهم، توجيههم، تمكينهم في هذا المجال. أيضاً كيف أني ممكن أظهر بعض وأسلط الضوء على بعض السيدات المتميزات وأشير لهم بالبنان. إحنا عندنا هذه السيدات قامات علمية وقامات معرفية، بحيث أن الفتيات النشأ حتى بالثانوي وفي الجامعة ممكن يتطلعون إلى أنهم يكونون مثل هذه السيدات ومثل هذه القامات العلمية المتميزة في هذا المجال. فدائماً إحنا كسيدات وكسعوديات غالباً we shy off، دائماً نكون شوي نستحي شوي أن احنا نظهر أن احنا متميزات، وهذه الطبيعة البشرية للمرأة أصلاً بشكل عام حول العالم، وهذه من إحدى التحديات اللي تواجه المرأة في سوق العمل التقني. نحتاج أن احنا كمجتمع نساء ندعم بعضنا بحيث أن نظهر ونشير بالبنان للسيدات المتميزات في هذا المجال، ونساعد الآخرين أنهم يكونون جزء منه. أيضاً اللي هو جزء من الإرشاد والتوجيه اللي هو دعم التعليم في مجال التقنيات الناشئة. أتوقع هذه الأشياء اللي ناقشناها قبل شوي، إنه ممكن يكون دعم تعليم ببرامج بسيطة وورش عمل، ما يحتاج أن يكون برنامج تعليمي بكالوريوس في مجال الذكاء الاصطناعي، ممكن تكون ورش عمل، برامج بسيطة، مسابقات، وهكذا كلها تدعم زي ما ذكرنا مجتمع المرأة أنها تدخل في هذا المجال. دائما الناس تستصعب التعلم الشيء اللي يكون كأنه بلاك بوكس، اللي هو أنا ما أشوف، ما الذكاء الاصطناعي غالبية الناس تحس إنه شيء غير مفهوم، شيء صعب، ما أقدر أوصل له. فإحنا دورنا كمختصين في هذا المجال أن نفتح هذا البوكس ونوري الناس وش موجود داخله، ونوري إنه ترى جدا سهل وبسيط، وكيف نوري قدرات هذا التقنيات، وكيف إنه ممكن إحنا مع بعض نقدر نستخدم ونستفيد من القدرات العظيمة اللي موجودة في هذه التقنيات في دعم كل التقنيات، في دعم كل المجالات المختلفة، وكيف إن إحنا دورنا مع بعض نقدر نمكن السيدات والبنات المختصات والغير المختصات أو عندهم رغبة في هذا التخصص، بحيث إنهم يكونوا متميزات وقائدات للمستقبل بإذن الله. وإلى هنا ينتهي عرضي. يعطيكم العافية جميعا، شكرا لكم.
Thank you, Dr. Asil. Now I would like to present our second speaker, Dr. Fadwa Al-Bawardi. She is a specialist in digital transformation and artificial intelligence. She is also CEO and founder of Fadwa Saad Al-Bawardi Consultation Office. She will talk today about the importance of open data in the global development and the role of artificial intelligence toward this data. Welcome, Dr. Fadwa.
وراح نتكلم عن دور الذكاء الاصطناعي with open data and some open risks. بعدين راح نتكلم عن الديجيتال ايكونومي. مهم جدا اننا نكون فاهمين الكونسبت، ايش يعني الديجيتال ايكونومي وايش علاقته بالاوبن داتا. وبعدين بالاخير راح نتكلم عن جهود السعوديه كاوبن جفرمنت داتا. في الاخير حيكون عندنا كونكلوجن بسيط. طيب ايش هو الاوبن داتا؟ باختصار الاوبن داتا هي اي داتا openly accessible, editable and shared by anyone for any purpose من دون ما يكون في أي technical, financial or legal constraints. في الأوبن داتا لها license. اللايسنس هذه اسمها open license. هذه it allows others to reuse another creator's work in the way that they wish. يعني معنى أصح نعطيهم الفريدم لليوزرز إنهم يستخدمون الداتا، إنهم يعيدون الديستريبيوشن تبعها، إنهم they even produce work من الداتا sets and building upon them. هذا in general. طيب الopen government data as per economic cooperation and development website open government data هي philosophy it's increasingly a lot around the world. هي it allows إن يكون في شفافية transparency accountability and value creation by making إنه government data available to everybody. فإحنا الحين راح نركز على government data open government data اللي الحكومات حول العالم تسمح فيها لليوزرز إنها تكون accessible ويستفيدون منها. Public institutions or governments all around the world, they produce and commission huge quantities of data and information. By making data sets available in public governments and institutions, they become more transparent and more accountable to citizens. By encouraging the use, reuse, and free distribution of the data sets, the government they can promote business creation, innovation, citizen-centric services. وهذه النقطة حنتكلم فيها بتفاصيل إيش علاقة الأوبن داتا بالإنوفيشن. أوكي. الحين أهمية الأوبن داتا in the global development. الأوبن داتا it allows economic growth, creation of value والeconomic opportunity. كيف؟ عن طريق إنها تعطي insights for decision making. أنا لما يكون عندي data available, huge amount of data available, هذا راح يساعدني إني آخذ قرارات بشكل أفضل. كمان creation and enhancement of data-driven products. أقدر إني أبني tools، أقدر إني أبني applications، digital solutions. I can test them. أقدر أسوي pilots، أقدر أسوي prototypes عن طريق open data، وأقدر إني I develop more and enhance more on these products. Enabling business creation, job creation, with new forms of innovation needed for economic growth. Helping in solving complex public problems. مثل situational awareness, it brings a wide range of expertise and knowledge للpublic بحيث إنهم يكونون يعرفون إيش المشاكل اللي الدولة عموما تواجهها based على الداتا هذه, and they can come up with creative solutions on how to overcome these problems بحيث إن إحنا next data set تكون even much better and more productive to the society. لو حنتكلم عن governance نقطة الحوكمة, introducing new efficiencies into service delivery and increasing information sharing within the government departments, هذه تساعد كثير في بناء الحوكمة. مثل ما أنتم تعرفون كل الorganizations تحتاج أن يكون في حوكمة. لما تكون الداتا open and تكون available and accessible, it helps the decision makers, it helps the heads of the departments, it helps in designing and redesigning the government structure. كمان empowering the citizens by improving their capacity to make decisions and widen their choices. هذا يساعد على social mobilization. Social mobilization it means إنه الشخص يقدر يحسن من ظروفه المادية، ظروفه السوشيال عن طريق استخدام الأوبن داتا، لأنه يقدر إنه يكون كرياتيف. مثلا شخص interested في مجال التعليم، عنده داتا سيتس كثيرة عن التعليم، شاف الله إنه في جابس معينة في مجال مجال معين related to certain projects أو certain initiatives، يقدر إنه to be creative، يقدر come up with ideas. ideas هذه يعرضها على الإدارات، إذا تم الموافقة عليها ممكن يكون في promotions وهكذا. يكون في تحسين كثير من السوسيو ايكونوميك situation للأفراد. لو نيجي نتكلم عن الديجيتال ايكونومي، الديجيتال ايكونومي what does it mean؟ مثل ما انتم تعرفون احنا الحين بالسعوديه صار توجه مع رؤيه 2030 ان ما يكون الاقتصاد قائم فقط على النفط، انه صار non oil based economy. One of the types of the economy is digital economy. الديجيتال ايكونومي بمعنى مبسط جدا هي الاقتصاد اللي له علاقه من قريب او من بعيد بالتكنولوجي. يعني مثلا لو راح نتكلم عن الاي كوميرس، لو راح نتكلم عن الموبايل تكنولوجيز، لو راح نتكلم عن الروبوتس والاي اي وهكذا، كل هذه اشياء ريليتد للديجيتال ايكونومي. طيب الديجيتال ايكونومي ايش علاقتها بالداتا؟ As you can see, the definition حق digital economy هو economic activity that results from billions of everyday online connections among people, businesses, devices, data and processes. هذا informal definition. الداتا مثل ما تشوفون في digital economy هي key enabler. احنا في عندنا 4 key enablers للdigital economy، منها digital fragmentations, digital infrastructure, data and digital skills. Data is one of the key enablers. لو عندنا open data, it means عندنا available data, accessible to everybody. So this helps with the digital economy. طيب لو بنشوف ال AI، إيش علاقة ال Artificial Intelligence؟ ال Artificial Intelligence is one of the emerging technologies in the digital economy، مثل ال 5G والfuture 6G، مثل الكلاود. مثل ما تعرفون الحين عندنا اعتماد كبير على adopting الكلاود solutions بإذن الله. وطبعا الكلاود فيها أنواع، فيها الفيزيكال الموجود في الداتا سنترز، في الأشياء الموجودة على الكلاود، في شيء اسمه هايبريد كلاود سولوشنز. لو في عندنا مثلا داتا confidential في المملكة وما نبغى إنها تطلع خارج في دول أخرى عن طريق الكلاود، فنستخدم تكنولوجيا اسمها هايبريد كلاود. معناها إنه الداتا الconfidential البرايفت تكون موجودة عندنا في السيرفرز حقتنا، في الفيزيكال سيرفرز، والأشياء اللي ممكن تبي نقدر نقول لها non critical تكون موجودة على الكلاود. ال IoT, Artificial Intelligence is one of the emerging technologies في digital economy. أنا كثير I refer to this diagram during my research and during my references، لأن هذا الدايجرام يختصر جميع الelements اللي related للdigital economy، سواء كانت trends، سواء كانت models، سواء كانت defining trends، سواء كانت key enablers or emerging technologies. طيب الindustries اللي adopting الartificial intelligence نقدر نقول إنها تقريباً 24 industry. Education is one of these industries. جميع هذه industries تعتمد على الopen data. كل ما يكون في open data, it will help these industries to adopt AI more efficiently. ال 24 industry تشمل كل ما تتخيلون: السياحة، التعليم، الصناعة، الانشورنس، الهيلث كير وهكذا. هذه كمان واحدة من الدايجرامز اللي كثير I refer لها، لأن it not only have الindustries حقت ال AI وكيف الداتا والopen data ممكن تكون available فيها، ولكن فيها كمان بالفونت الصغير فيها إيش هي الترندز اللي صارت مستخدمة في هذا الاندستري using الداتا. طيب إيش الرول of the AI with the open data؟ عشان نتكلم عن هذه more specific terms. الداتا مهمة جدا لل AI، لأن في algorithms تعتمد في ال AI machine learning وهكذا، تعتمد على استخدام large quantities of data in order كل iteration من machine learning it needs more and more data in order to improve. فلما يكون عندنا large quantities of data which is open data، هذا يساعد الماشينز في learning process. كمان ال continuous promotion of data quality مهم جدا جدا. الناس اللي يشتغلون في الداتا أو اللي عندهم معرفة بالداتا as you know as per DAMA اللي احنا الفريم اللي احنا نستخدمه في المملكة، في عندنا data management standards. الداتا مانجمنت فيها components كثيرة، واحد من أهمها هو الداتا كواليتي. إن إحنا مهم جدا while we are managing الداتا نتأكد إن الداتا كواليتي is very very high quality. لما يكون عندنا promotion of data quality هذا بيساعد الأوبن داتا for AI علشان to gain reliable insights. ما يكون في عندنا reports أو findings through ال AI which are not accurate. Increasing access to high quality data volumes is key to unleashing the potential of AI and to allow innovation to flourish. هذه النقطة اللي تكلمنا فيها، علاقة الأوبن داتا بالإنوفيشن. لو عندنا open data sets كثيرة نقدر إن إحنا we can be creative ونشوف إيش الجابس، إيش اللي نحتاجه and so on. الجوفرمنت داتا أو الهيلث كير داتا ممكن كإكزامبل تساعد الفيزيشنز والهوسبيتالز والفارماسي pharmaceutical companies to improve the existing treatment options or even create novel new ones. الأوبن داتا سيتس ممكن كمان إنها to reduce الداتا monopolies. ممكن في company أو agency controls كل السورسز حقت الداتا، هذا ممكن يكون issue. هذا ممكن يعطل من ال AI innovation. فلما نقتل موضوع المونوبوليز of the data عن طريق إنه having open data، هذا راح يساعد كثير في الانوفيشن ويقلل من المونوبوليز. كمان ال open data sets it save the time and expense involved in collecting, aggregating and storing data. بدل ما أنا كموظف أو موظفة أروح أبحث بنفسي عن الداتا ويمكن الشخص يرفض، الديبارتمنت ترفض، خلاص يكون عندنا الريفرنس هو الأوبن داتا، نقدر إن إحنا ريفير لها، نقدر نسوي our research, our analysis and so on. هذا طبعاً يساعد الريسيرشرز، الانتربرونورز، الجفرمنت ايجنسيز إنهم they don't spend too much time worrying about collecting الداتا and aggregating and storing it. طيب إيش الريسكس اللي related لاستخدام ال AI مع ال open data؟ كمان not everything is features، يعني في أكيد risks. الريسك الأولى الريسك of inbuilt bias. مثل ما تفضلت الدكتورة، البايس فعلا is one of the major issues that is related to AI مع الداتا in general ومع الأوبن داتا. كإكزامبل الفيشل recognition systems trained إنهم they train only on the faces of white men، فممكن يكون في misidentification of other genders كمثال. الريسك to privacy اوكي، اخر بارت من البرزنتيشن راح اتكلم فيه عن الاوبن جفرمنت داتا لسعودي ارابيا والجو. الكبيرة اللي السعودية تسويها في الأوبن داتا، في data and technology and digital transformation في السعودية. في عام 2021 صار في عندنا الأوبن داتا أجندة موف تو سدايا، كانت بالأول مع يسر أصلا مع سدايا، وسدايا initiated الأوبن داتا strategy. في عندنا 35 جروب of data sets in Saudi Arabia. الداتا sets هذه ال 35 it includes a lot of variety of data sets as you can see، منها economy، منها tourism، ومنها health care، موجودة كلها في الأوبن داتا بورتال. في عندنا الداتا insights. If you would like to know based on what data sets موجودة، I highly encourage إنكم you will log in للسعودي Open Data Portal. لأن في تفاصيل كاملة، مو بس الداتا insights as of now، إيش كمية الداتا to increase the transparency and foster innovation through collaborating enabling a data-driven economy. وهذا طبعاً aligned مع international open data strategy. الفانكشنز اللي موجودة لازم يكون في policy، وفعلاً سدايا already developed a policy for the open data، الcompliance، التكنولوجيا and operations، والcommunity management. كمان السورس موجود للبوليسي، اللي حاب يقرأ البوليسي حقت الأوبن داتا اللي موجودة بالسعودية يدخل كمان على البوابة، موجود فيها البوليسي كامل. والبوليسي هذه مهمة لأنها it is shared مع ال government institutions ومع ال education institutions. في 8 initiatives و 26 project identified and will be executed within 3 years السعودية، كلها related للأوبن داتا، وكمان معلوماتها كلها موجودة بالبوابة. وهدف هذه المشروعات وهذه الinitiatives to achieve the awareness والcapability building، local and international partnerships، والtechnology والinfrastructure uplift. الكونكلوجن النهائي مهم جدا ان احنا نفهم الباورفul capabilities والvital roles of open data، ليش نحتاج الاوبن داتا، ايش اهميته، وكمان انه نعرف انه ال AI is a cutting edge technology related للاوبن data. Today's era many sectors for AI implementation اللي هي 24 sector موجودة، هذه very much highly depending على الاوبن data. في risks to using ال AI ونحاول احنا نتغلب عليها. والآن يونسكو حتى الحين they are writing الأخلاقيات ما بين كل الدول، يتفقون على أخلاقيات الذكاء الاصطناعي when it comes to data. وفي السعودية الآن many efforts to utilize the open data. البرزنتيشن precise due to the time، ولكن you are more than welcome to contact me anytime إذا حابين more details، إذا حابين تعرفون أكثر عن ال AI sectors and how it is related with open data. أي شيء بال precise slides I will be more than happy to cover it in details with you. هذه الكونتاكت تبعي، وشكرا جزيلا لكم. ومرة ثانية شكرا دكتورة عبير وجامعة حائل على استضافتي. شكرا.
Thank you, Dr. Fadwa. We now represent Dr. Ala Assef. She is the leader of Elevate Initiative in Sadaya, Saudi Data and Artificial Intelligence Authority. Welcome, Dr. Ala.
Thank you, Dr. Abir. I would like first to thank the Haile University for this opportunity. I'm so delighted presentation, and Dr. Fadwa as well. If you allow me in this time, I'd like to talk about the role of artificial intelligence in education in specific. So nowadays we have seen so many potential in artificial intelligence in education, but we would like to shed one of either it's going to be under personalization. We mean by personalization making the educational process more fitted for the instructor and the learner. So one size fits all in education is no longer the way to go. We need a personalized instruction for students, and it can be also for the teachers. Some examples of that would be, for example, using ChatGPT nowadays as an educational tool in higher education in some universities as well. We can use AI oral skills coach for students, for example, so student will be able to practice oral skills through this technological tool. We can also, for example, use some AI consultation, career consultation for especially education, for special university students, such as students in this room. So to make the most out of their learning process and their career path as well, we can also increase the use of AI to help identify more roles for students in their academic and career path. We can also use it in the library, for example. Nowadays, university libraries would have a variety of topics and articles and books, as well as the educational gate. However, using AI can make it more personalized for the student in a certain, let's say, in a certain college, in a certain topic that can recommend more articles of an interest to the student. We can also use it in providing personalized feedback for a student. Let's say I'm an instructor in a university and I have, let's say, 50 students in the classroom. Providing those specific personalized feedback can be time-consuming sometimes, and using AI can be as an aid for the instructor to develop the necessary recommendations. We can also use it at the community. For example, when talking about in university level, when talking about student clubs, I believe in Haile University we have different student clubs, and matching those candidates in the right club can be used also by the by the aid of AI, by seeing the academic transcript, for example, and the students' grades in specific subject. Student is very talented in math, for example, can be recommended to enter a specific academic club. Talking about the other key theme that we have divided to talk about today is using AI as an empowerment and acceleration tool to help students navigate through their academic career. Using NLP to help students, for example, as a tool to summarize the lectures that they have in the university, and also transfer it from speech to text, is something that students nowadays is working with and using, which is an AI tool. AI engine, for example, to recommend books, to recommend articles, chapters, and so on. Using a multilingual NLP for translating the articles for students, some academic fields, such as some of the fields that request multilingual translation, can be of use for such a tool. Using also AI agent for student assistance, we have seen so many chatbots that can help students during their academic enrollment, for example, if they have common questions, etc. And also for the workforce as well, like for the doctors and for the lecturer in the university. I believe many universities now in Saudi Arabia use chatbots to accommodate those common questions. Using AI as an assistant tool is now one of the most used, let's say, theme of AI in education. Using, for example, computer vision to provide to assist the teacher in trying to caption the engaging moments. It has been used as a pilot in some school to use the computer vision aid to engage to capture engagement with students, and then the teacher will go back to the analysis and see when was the most engaged moment, and try to figure out what method were used at that moment, and then build on from that. Using AI as a educational management tool is one of the most used themes of AI in education. For example, in university websites, some universities will use this AI tool to try and predict students drop out from college before they do. So, for example, the AI will be monitoring the students' grades in school, attendance level, level of engagement, scheduling classes, meetings, and then see if there's a drop on that range. The university administrator office will be informed about this specific student, and then maybe we can prevent large dropout percentage. Also, we can use it as a management tool by predicting the labor market demands, access different region, different sectors, and then provide the leaders with that information so we can maybe figure what topics need to be included in each section and so on. AI-powered administration evaluation. We use this also in some universities nowadays to focus on optimizing the quality around the educational process provided in a specific educational institution. We also can use we can use AI in education management by trying to analyze the academic material for a specific class, for example, and then by the aid of AI, we can have a analysis on the possible curriculum gap to try to improve it for the future courses. Along with what we have mentioned in those three themes, and some of the few examples that the time allow us to discuss here, we have also a final theme that we call cross-sector. So AI in education, of course, will be across with other sectors such as energy, mobility, healthcare. All will be cross sectors with education. So we can maybe come up with AI tools that can be of a benefit to the student and the institution as well, looking to both sectors. Some of the examples that we can mention here, and I invite you all to think of more collaboration opportunities. And as a college student, you can think of them as projects that you can test out and see how they work out. I'll provide some examples, and the sky is limit. For example, for the educational sector across with mobility sector, we can provide, for example, aid for the student who will be attending school buses, and some accidents that happens throughout the years with school bus in specific are heartbreaking, especially when it comes to small kids, for example. So providing the school buses with AI tools that can identicate the focus level of, for example, the driver by using computer vision when he maybe felt sleepy or certain unaccepted driving behaviors or something that can be informed. The authority can be informed, for example. Other way of using it is by linking it to the student's schedule and also the parents. So the parent will have the peace of mind knowing when his child left school and when he rode the bus and when he was delivered to his final stop at home. So they can receive, for example, text messages and so on. Other example of collaboration across sector with education, and I believe we have talked earlier, Dr. Asil or Dr. Fadwa, about different uses of AI in smart cities and in different subjects. So some of them can be smart schools facilities, And this can be, for example, with the Ministry of Energy, for example, and providing smart school facilities that focuses on saving energy, keeping it light and green by using or by the aid of AI. I don't want to take long, but other example of one last example. Let's talk about healthcare, for example. We know that now some schools across the Ministry of Education guidance is schools with people with disability included in them. So trying to use AI to help this specific student with their needs can be one example. Other example is trying to predict early signs of ADHD, for example, in students in early classes, elementary, for example, by using AI and then sending them to the specific healthcare sector to help the student early in his learning journey. Those are some examples that I managed to talk about in this 15-minute. However, as I mentioned earlier, we look at AI as a undiscovered area yet. We still need to explore it more. I'm speaking here as a lady and talking to you and encouraging you all to take advantage of the empowerment that we have here in Saudi Arabia. So I would like you all to explore more in this area and try to use new ideas in your projects, in your daily assignments, and hopefully, and I'm really looking forward to hear some great innovations that come from Haiel University students, and looking forward to see the impact that it will make on our education system and other sectors as well. Thank you so much for having me today. It was my pleasure to be with you.
Thank you, Dr. Ala. And now we would like to represent our second speaker, Professor Kawthar Al-Dahnan. She is a faculty member and professor in College of Computer Science in Haiel University.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله وكفى وصلاة وسلاما على نبينا الذي اصطفى، وأصلي وأسلم على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين ومن اهتدى به ومن اقتفى. First of all, I would thank all the organizers for this forums and extended thankful to Dr. Abir for this kind invitation for this respected forums. Actually, I'm going to introduce myself. I'm Dr. Kawthar Ad-Dahlan. I'm the Vice Dean of the Quality Assurance at Computer College Science. Today, inshallah, I'm going to represent my presentation, which is the Smart City and Big Data. Firstly, we're going to, through 15 minutes, inshallah, we're going to talk about some of the smart cities overview. We're going to talk about the big data and what is the relationship between this one. And we're going to talk about the big data and analytical part of processing. Then we're going to conclude our presentation after 15 minutes, inshallah. Actually, we are living in the world. So we have to take benefit for every single resources that have been provided to us, even it is human resources or technological resources. Actually, for the smart cities, it's becoming over and over. It is not a new terminology that was invented in 1960, beginning starting at 1960, and then extended to 1970 when the Bureau Cities was established to get some data from different resources to manage some of the issues or services for this one. After that, after many years, so this actually concepts are developed to produce more concept for the smart city. Simplify, I'm going to define the smart city as if you have a technological infrastructures, so you have a smart city. So what is the purpose actually beyond using or beyond inventing a smart city is to provide a quality life for the citizen within enhancing all the services with different resources with a little cost of money. So let us go with this a comprehensive element for the smart cities. Actually, when we are calling the smart cities, it has a many components. It may be, it indicates this component will be educational, smart educational system, healthcare system, smart healthcare, and also maybe transportations, something like that, regarding to any aspect of the services that would be provided by any cities. So actually, because of that, there is a lot of difference between the concepts for the smart city, but as I told you that since you have a technological infrastructure, so you are in a smart city. How does a city become smart? So if you have a smart, 3 layers actually for this one. So we have a technological layers. This means we have a large number of sensors, a large number of devices. They are connecting together to produce some of the services for the citizen. If you have a dedicated application that would be gathering the information from the official or the citizen, so that you have also this kind of the data management. If you have application usage that can be works or can be functionality with a designated user so that you have satisfied the whole layers for the smart city. So let us go through some of example that would be, it is not excluded example, but it's just an example for the smart city, which is in San Francisco. They are concerned about the crime maps, manipulate, find the my solar sustainability, and also Singapore, where they are looking for the smart for parking, Barcelona, and so on, and Dubai. So actually, this list, as I told you, it is not excluded list, but actually we have recently our NEOM, which is located on the south-north of Saudi Arabia, extended with different kilometers, 460 kilometers. Actually, it is starting from the vision, and nearby it or inside this NEOM will be that we call it the line, which is the smart city, which is concerned about the natures. We can say that this is have a zero pollution, no cars, no road. Actually, the infrastructure, actually the layer of this line city will be divided into 3 layers. The first layers will be the walkers. Those are not interested to use a cars or to use any road. The second layers or the second stage for this one is going to be for the infrastructure, the last layer for the transportation. So this actually, the line is, even it is concerned about the naturals, but it has implied or it has utilized a lot of technology to achieve their objectives. Let us talk about the technological layer, which is present the IoT devices. We have already heard about the IoT devices, and maybe some of us have this equipment or have these devices in our home. So it consists of some of the communication devices, some of the sensors for the internet, and it's connected with ICT with a different of mobile networking. Akid, we have lastly for the sensors. Let us go within the 3 examples of the city's activity that can be smart. If we are talking about the smart, which is the component of the city, smart city, we're going to talk about the smart transport. So actually, we are concerned about the traffic congestions, which have a lot of obstacles regarding to reach the destinations or go or movement around the world. Around the city. So one of this advantage for smart city, they will go with a smart transport. They will indicate you where is the road that would be very crowded, where is the park that you can allocate your car with it, and so on. And also, we're going to see some application regarding to the smart city water and energy. When we are talking about the supplementary of the water, how the customer will consume this water actually, and what is the part of the city will need this energy. So, smart city will provide smartly what's the locations that would be have a lot of water or a lot of energy. Also, one of the other application in the smart city, it was have smart healthcare. So that you can imagine that within these devices or sensors, we can collect a lot of data about the benefits of these services. We can use it as a treatment. We can use it for diagnosis any diseases and so on. Okay. This was a brief description for a smart city, but what is make this city is smarter? Actually, the main role for this one is to collecting the data. So I'm going to go with some of the data that will be collected on the smart city. Actually, as I told you that there is a lot of resources that might be collect the data. Maybe it's going to be collected by camera, by social media, by sensors, by any kind of this one. So you have a different variety of data. This data actually led us to go to another terminology, which is a big data. So the big data as a terminology, I can define it as data sets that are so large or complex. So if it is so large and complex, so we have faced a difficult to deal with this data. So any traditional analytical processing will be having a difficult to treat this data. Because of what? Because actually there is a difference between the traditional data and the big data. What is the difference between these two data? Actually, for traditional data, it has a larger scale. But in the same way, when I'm talking about the big data, I'm talking about massive scales. So if I'm talking about traditional data for centralized, how we can how we can store this data, I'm going to go to the centralized. But if I'm talking about the big data, I'm going to talk about distributed. So which one of them will be structured or unstructured? So traditional data will be structured, that will be organized according to the 5 to the record, to the database. But actually for the big data, it will be unstructured and structures. What do I mean by unstructured? That means that I'm going to receive it as a form of email, audio, video, document, blog files, journals, blogs, any kind of data that you can imagine. Big data will involve all these one to be proceed to take the benefit for this one. But for the accessing, how it's going to be accessing? When we are talking about this accessing for the data, traditional data, we can access the data sequential and indexing. Meanwhile, in the big data, we're going to access this data randomly. So what is the difference between randomly and sequential? That means that when I'm using the big data and accessing the data randomly, it's going to be faster than accessing the data sequentially or indexing. So actually, for the last things, when we are talking about the result of the analyst for this part of the data will, the traditional data will produce something we call it a descriptive data. Meanwhile, for the big data, we have something we call it prescriptive. Prescriptive, this data, that means that the first one told me about the causes. What will happen? What if we do this one? Something like that. It will be described this phenomena. But actually, for the big data, it will give me a full details how to avoid this one. And maybe sometimes in some application, it goes with a make a decision directly. Okay, this is what I highlighted before for major source of big data. As I told you that there is a different sources that we can collect our data through. It looks like IoT, sensors, smartphones, and social media. So what is the characteristic of the big data that would be characterized this data rather than the traditional data? Actually, we call it 5 V's, 5 V's, because it has 5 V's characteristic, which is including volume, it's a lot of data, velocity, which is the speed of the data that would be generated, variety refers to how we can collect this data and from where, veracity, it is related to accurate and trusted data. For value, if we are putting this data, are we expecting that this going to be a good value for us or not? Actually, the V's, because of big data has increasing more and more for this research, under the research, we have also adding some V's for this one, looks by variability and others. But as I told you, why we are using a big data? So we are using a big data to explore trend and bad trend that hidden among these data. Predictive analysis for the data set. Limited data set will be used in data. Meanwhile, the large scale data will be big data. What do I mean by large scale data? So that it is not limited on the size, it will be scalable, it has scalability to extend whatever if you want to make the value is be increasing for this one. What is support? For the traditional data, it will be supported the quotients. And for big data, it will enhance the correlations between the new insight, it would be provide a more accurate answer for you. How big data impact smart city? Actually, for public safety, you can see that based on the data that was collecting around of the city or the official person in the city will determine the hubs of the crime locations, and even if they can also predict which area that would have a most crime for this one. Also, it will be benefit for transportations. When I told you that the most important things for the official is to keep their eyes on traffic congestions so they can avoid their congestion or the traffic jam, and also they will point it about what is the clearest things in the route. Mostly, it will be reducing the cost. What do I mean by the cost? Actually, when we are making any smart cities, we have to spend a lot for technology to make this infrastructure, to deploy the technology infrastructure for the smart cities. But actually, when we are collecting the data, we can also provide the official, that which area that have to have a technology in the infrastructure and which kind of technology infrastructure that would be deployed in this smart city or this part of a smart city. The most impact that would be benefit for the cities in all the traditional cities or all the cities, it would be for sustainable growth. We know that if we are keeping in our mind that the sustainable growth is very important for any civilizations, so we're going to see that if we are collecting a data or big data for this one through the different of sources, so that we can provide the official some of the data that would be benefit for development, for improving the city in most of the area. Since it is a big data, so we are expecting that the database, the traditional database, will not fit anymore to contain this kind of data. So this is my questions. Where smart cities store their data? Actually, there are three main locations that in cities or smart cities would store their data. The first one is the cloud storage, which is illustrated, explained with Dr. Fadwa, with why and where this cloud will be. Actually, the cloud has a more scalability. That means that it has features that could adopt all these informations. It can be proceed this data and also go through this one in flexible way. The second one is edge computing. What do I mean by edge computing? If you are concerned about the word edge, that means it is something that beyond or nearby the location, the same thing that it would be. As Dr. Ala highlighted, there's something of this data will be very critical, but I'm not talking about very critical, but I'm talking about the real-time problems. If I have a real-time problems that would be happening in this city, I can proceed this data nearby these destinations and then forward it to this official. It is better than rather to store it in the cloud, then I'm going to retrieve it again, then I'm going to proceed it. So no, I'm going to proceed it directly, and then if I want to store it again, it's going to be fine. The third location will be hyper data storage, which is also highlighted by Mrs. Dr. Fadwa also, while we are having a critical data and having something that is global, local data and global data. So we can make the benefit for these two kinds, the previous kind, to make it a hyper. So we can deal or proceed the local data within the edge computing, then and we can forward it to the cloud. So, is it easy to implement a big data for smart city? Actually, we have a lot of a challenge regarding to how we are developed, how we can design, how we are deploy this big data, application in smart city. I'm going to go through these in quickly because really I know I want you to take the refining data or refining information from this one. We can talk about the challenge for the data sources, for the characteristic of the data. We all know that the data we have collected, it has a different shape, it has a different sources, it has a different structures. It is unstructured data, صح? So, and also we're gonna this one of the challenge is the data itself and information sharing. Every sector, as you said, from the component, it has education, مثلا smart education, smart transportation, different components of the city. So for this data, all the sectors have to keep its own data, but it has to share in somehow. So what is the procedure to share this data? In which order they will proceed this data among these different sectors? The most concern with me, with you, and for all the people is the security and privacy. As I told you before, most of the data are collecting from the sensor, which is related to the person, collecting from the social media also with the person. Most of these data are collecting based on the person. So we are concerned really about the security and privacy. It's going to be, I'm going to talk in this part later on. So, for smart cities, we are talking about the populations. Actually, for smart cities, not all the populations will be there, but for, inshallah, advance, next 5 years, next 10 years, population will be increasing. So, you can imagine how much the data will be collected over this increasing of the populations. So we need something to manage this data. And also, if the population is increasing, so the cost will be increased. How we can make the balance between all these challenges to come up with a good solution for smart city and big data. Actually, I promise you that I'm going to talk about the security and privacy. I'm going to again highlight that all the data, all the sources of the data will be from the person mostly. So the privacy is very important things to keep you in a safe way. Actually, any issues created by a technology, it would be solved by a technology also. So what's going to be? So alhamdulillah, within the AI applications, within AI algorithms, that we want to come up with a technical solution. Maybe I will recall my mind to think about one of the solutions that would be used by one of the master students, which she is proposed that when we are transferring the data from the sensors to the location or to the cloud, so it has to have a special keys. It will be generated after a while. Maybe it will be generated after every 5 minutes, so that they can keep this privacy or this data secret while it's transforming. So the same idea will be for retrieving the data for this one. Actually, this is not only the one or the idea that would be having to keep this privacy, but actually there's a lot of things would be, inshallah, coming soon. I would like to conclude my presentation, and I hope that my presentation is very light for you. So for this slide, I'm going to say the type of the analytics that would be provided for this smart city, or sorry, for our applications, and the contribution of the human regarding to this input. If we are talking about the descriptive, what happened? I'm making descriptive. I'm just describing this phenomena. So do you think that the input of the human will be big or small? You can see within the line, within the green line, that the human input will be having a long journey until taking a decision, until taking an action. So if we go to the diagnostics, which is related also to the traditionals, why they get happening. So we can see that the human input will be shrinking, but not as much we expected. Shrinking, yes, to take a decision, then to take an action. You can see also the green light. If we are talking about the predictive, when or what will be happening if it is happening, so you can see that the human input also will be shrinking more. So mostly it will be for the analytical part, but for this, the one that is making a decision, it will be small part to take a decision, to take then an action. If we goes with a perspective analytics, so what should I do? This is perspective. That's what I told you, that most of the big data provide this one. So you can see that there is no green light. There is no input for the human. So the action will be taken, the decision will be taken, and the action already will be taught. This is actually the end of my presentation, and I hope it is clear enough for you. And let us see that, inshallah, we're going to see you, inshallah, in the next slides for حائل. Thank you so much, and الحمد لله رب العالمين وأصلي وأسلم على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين.
Thank you, Professor Kauthar. Now, we would like to present our next and the final speaker on today's forum, Dr. Lulu Gouei. She is the Vice Dean of Deanship of Information Technology and E-Learning in Higher University. She will talk about the future is now, where it's AI-powered smart cities. So now we'll start. Presentation. I'm going to start first to clarify the smart city definition, as Dr. Kauthar previously. Introduction to AI. AI, artificial intelligence, is a set of technologies that can learn from data to make decisions and predictions. This means that it can be used to identify patterns and trends in data and make decisions that are more efficient
the importance of smart cities. Again, 55% of the world population live in cities, and this is expected to be raised by 66% by 2050. This is adding 2.5 billion people to the urban population over the next 3 decades. With this expected population growth, there come a need to manage environmental, social, and economic sustainability of resources. Smart cities allow citizens and local governments authorities to work together to launch initiatives and use smart technologies to manage assets and resources in the growth of urban environment. So what is the potential benefits of AI in smarter cities? Some is to improve the quality of life for citizens by providing more efficient and equitable services. Also, AI can help cities become more sustainable. AI-driven analytics can be used to optimize city resources and minimize energy consumption. AI can be used to improve services and make cities more accessible. AI-enabled systems can be used to automate services. So let's look at real-life applications of the AI in smart cities. This is a smart energy metering. So this is a real-time information of energy usage that can reduce the wastage and loss to improve the efficiency of grid operation and optimize storage and enhance predictive infrastructure maintenance. This is used in the UK. This is one electricity and for gas smart meter. This is installed for every home for a total of 53 million devices. So they connect this device at home. This helps them improve the use of electricity and gas to reduce the blockage of them and the loss and waste. Another example is the intelligent security cameras, a surveillance system supported by a robust AI looking for patterns for criminal behavior is the equivalent to the team of detectives that never sleep analyzing all videos in real time. For example, here in the image, in Japan, an AI-powered security system is so smart that it can estimate the poses of a suspicious person who is likely to commit a shoplifting crime. So they put this camera and it will detect if the person is acting suspiciously to steal something. This surveillance camera they're starting to put it everywhere and to detect patterns in schools, hospitals, and other places. Another example is reducing air pollution. A surveillance system supported by AI may help us save the environment in many ways, especially by reducing energy waste, land, water, Okay. So face detection camera for public safety is a real-life application of AI in smart cities. So AI in face recognition technology is capable of detecting the different people from their faces, including their personal identity. Since 2018, many more airlines have started to use onboard facial recognition technology. In the US alone, more than 15 airports have used or set up the face matching system to help board passengers faster and more safer. Also, a real-life application of the AI is the parking system and traffic control. AI has been used by many companies to integrate computer vision and advanced algorithm to a smart ecosystem. By combining many advanced functions such as the license plate, the pixel detection, the off-the-shelf camera can provide real-time information on space availability to customers and the parking operators, and automatically enforce parking payments and duration. This is all going to be used automatically. In the US, researchers are now working on a computational tool based on deep reinforcement learning model to smooth traffic in all congested cities. How about the challenges of implementing AI in smart cities? Some of the challenges includes AI can be expensive to implement and to maintain, and there is a potential of bias in the algorithm used to make decisions. AI can be used to monitor and control citizens in a way that could violate their privacy and civil liberties. The use of AI can lead to job losses as certain tasks are being automated. So these are the three major challenges that happen if we implement AI in smart cities. In conclusion, AI is playing an important role in the development of smart cities. AI-driven technologies are being used to enhance the efficiency of public services, improve the public safety, and improve the quality of life in smarter cities. AI is also helping to create economic opportunities in cities by enabling the automation of processes and the analysis of data. AI is helping to shape the future of smart cities, and the potential benefits to citizens are immense. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Lulu. We have now reached the end of our forum today. Again, I would like to thank our speakers and thank all the audience who have joined us either online or in present. Thank you very much.